The magnitude of the September 11th attacks, commonly known as 9/11s, is unparalleled in modern history. It was a day when the unimaginable became a reality, when 4 commercial airliners became instruments of terror, and nearly 3,000 innocent lives were lost. In the years leading up to 9/11, a group of extremists was quietly plotting. The origins of Al-Qaeda, the group responsible for the attacks, can be traced back to the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. Osama bin Laden, the notorious leader of Al-Qaeda, formed the Maktab al-Qidamat to support Arab Mujahideen in Afghanistan. Bin Laden issued fatwas calling for American soldiers to leave Saudi Arabia and outlined his objections to American foreign policy. The Hamburg cell in Germany included key operatives in the 9/11 attacks. On that fateful Tuesday morning in September 2001, 19 terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airliners, turning them into deadly missiles. 2 of the planes were flown directly into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City, causing the iconic structures to collapse within hours. A 3rd plane was crashed into the Pentagon, the heart of America's military establishment. The 4th plane, United Airlines Flight 93, was headed for a target in Washington, D.C., but crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to regain control from the hijackers. The immediate aftermath of the attacks was marked by shock, grief, and a desperate search for survivors. Rescue workers toiled around the clock, sifting through the rubble in a grim procession that lasted for months. The cleanup of the World Trade Center site alone took 8 months. The echoes of 9/11 reverberated around the world, leading to the global war on terror. The United States launched the war on terror and invaded Afghanistan to depose the Taliban, who harbored Al-Qaeda. Bin Laden, however, eluded capture for nearly a decade before he was finally killed by US forces in May 2011. In the years that followed, memorials were established to commemorate the attacks and honor those who lost their lives. The war in Afghanistan continued until 2021, when American and NATO troops withdrew, resulting in the return to power of the Taliban. In summary, the September 11th attacks were a series of coordinated suicide terrorist attacks carried out by Al-Qaeda against the United States. These attacks led to the global war on terror and had a significant impact on the world at large. The cleanup took months, and memorials were established to honor the nearly 3,000 lives lost. The war in Afghanistan, launched in response to the attacks, continued for 2 decades. Today, we remember 9/11s as a day of immense tragedy, a stark reminder of the devastating impact of terrorism.